It's the NFL opening weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? My name is D.A. Bourne, and you are watching The Blessed Opinion, where I can talk about entertainment, sports, and politics from a Christian perspective, and then some. All right? And as every YouTube video says, you can like, subscribe anytime during this video. And today, this is a part one. I'm going to talk about the quarterbacks that are set apart in the NFL. All right? Set apart meaning not in terms of talent, but set apart as in they're men of God. They live with integrity. They have a Christian walk, and they live for Christ. And these are all starting quarterbacks I'm going to talk about. Not backup quarterbacks, not wide receivers, not running backs, even though there probably are a lot of Christian athletes in the NFL, but I'm going specifically starting quarterbacks that will be starting this weekend. All right, for the 2023 season. So I'm going to go through them, and some of them you might be surprised, some of them you probably already knew. But anyway, this is part one, so I'm going to go through them right now. All right, so let's start out with this quarterback, and I'm going to put a quote from him, and it says, "Regardless of how someone else views me, whatever award, accolade, whatever someone may say, negative or positive, I appreciate and I'm grateful for the positive, and even for the negative. But at the end of the day, what motivates me and pushes me is to model myself after the Lord. I definitely have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things I want to improve on as a person, as a player, throughout all aspects of my life." Now, do you guys know where this quote came from? Well, I'm going to give you some clues. This person is going to start this year. He is a rookie. He played for Alabama Crimson Tide last season, and he went number one overall in the NFL draft in 2023. And I'm talking none other than Bryce Young, who is the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Even though he's short in height, he did very well. He was the best quarterback in his class. He went number one overall in the pick. Actually, Chicago Bears could have drafted him, but they traded their pick to Carolina. So now he's with the Carolina Panthers. He is hoping that God is going to take him through changing a franchise who has been having a carousel of quarterbacks over the years. And he's hoping to change that franchise around to be the quote-unquote savior of that team and just lead the Carolina Panthers to new things. So, rookies always have a struggle in the beginning, but you know what? He's got God on his side, and he's trusting him the whole way. So that's Bryce Young, a man of God who's leading as quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. All right, let's move on to the next quote. This quote says, "Every time I play, no matter what happens, I want others to see God through my actions. Every time I step on the field, I want to bring him glory. Even when we lose, I point to God and thank him for the opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. It's all a lesson from the Lord. It's a game. It's not my life." Do you know where this quote is coming from? Well, this one, he's about to play in his second year in the NFL. However, it's going to be his first full season as a starting quarterback. And I'm talking none other than the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy. That's right. Many people have said this Brock Purdy is a strong believer. And he walks a Christian walk. And you see him and you know that he is a Christian, and he just walks it, he lives it out every day. And it's amazing to see, considering the favor that he has gotten on his life. Check it out. The NFL draft consists of 7 rounds. Each round has 32 people in each round. Brock was picked in the 7th round. Not only was he picked in the last round, he was the last player selected. So he was the last player selected in the entire NFL draft. Most people who get selected last do not even make it in the NFL. Some of them don't even see a game because you got drafted so low. However, Faber was on Brock's side because at the beginning of the 2022 season, Trey Lance was the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. He got injured in the second game. And then it wasn't Brock's turn yet. Jimmy Garoppolo was the one who filled in. And he played for a few games. And then he got injured. And then in comes Brock Purdy. And he went 7-0 as a starter. He did not lose a game. He was one win away from going to the Super Bowl. And he got injured in the NFC Championship game. Unfortunately. But however, what a run. What a run. They call him Mr. Irrelevant, but he's not irrelevant anymore. So, looking forward to see what Brock Purdy's going to do for the 2023 season, all right? So that quote was from Brock Purdy. All right, let's go to the next quote. This next quote says, I don't think anyone has abilities for no reason. I don't think anything is coincidence. God gave me these things for a reason, not just talent on the field, but other opportunities to be a light to people. Now, this quarterback is entering his third season. He plays in the state of Florida. So, we got three NFL teams in Florida. So, you got Jacksonville, you got Miami, and you got Tampa. You guessing who the quote's coming from yet? Well, if you guess Jacksonville, you are correct. The quarterback is Trevor Lawrence. And he's gone on a journey as well. He's excelled in everything he's done so far until he came to the NFL, and he had a rough rookie season. I mean, rough. He had a coach who didn't know what he was doing. The coach got fired midway through the season. They had a terrible record. And then in comes another good coach, Doug Peterson. And although they didn't start out great, they ended strong. They ended up winning their division. And they actually won a game in the playoffs. And this was just in his second season. So he finished that second year very well. Now he's entering his third season, and there's a lot of high expectations for Trevor Lawrence. So look out for him. And people say he is a strong believer. He's walked the walk from throughout his life, and he just he's continuing to excel. So looking forward to seeing him in his third season to see what he's gonna do for the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. So let's move on. We got another quote, and this quote says, "The greatest gift that God could ever given us was his son. It's not just a matter of hearing what Jesus Christ is. It's a matter of getting to know who Jesus Christ is. To really understand and really feel the identity of who you are because of the things he's done. And I say, you only find your identity through him if you know him." Well, this quarterback, he's also from the state of Florida. So I already mentioned Jacksonville, so that leaves Miami and Tampa. So if you're guessing he's from Miami, you are correct. He also played for the Alabama Crimson Tide as well. And we're talking about Tua Tagovailoa. That's right. This guy's gone through some stuff. He got injured in Alabama. Then he got injured as a pro. Last year he had a serious injury where he could have been severely hurt, where his season could have been over. His career could have been over. It was that bad. But he recovered. But he's had a plague of injuries. But he continues to have God on his side. Continues to every time he's on the floor, Miami does very, very well. So if healthy, Tua and the Miami Dolphins can do a lot of great things. So I know he's trusting in God to keep him healthy throughout the season, rooting for him. He wears the number 1, and the reason why he wears the number 1, he said, because he plays for an audience of one, which means he plays for God only. He doesn't care about what man says or what other people says. He plays for an audience of one. So that's why he wears the number 1. All right, so that's Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins. All right, let's go through one more quote. And this quote says, I've just matured and realized that God is everything and he's worthy of praise. You have to put him at the center of everything you do. That's what I believe. All my spiritual wisdom, all my wisdom as a whole comes from him. In some way, shape, or form, whether that be passed down from my father, my mother, my grandmother. I just think in all the things we experience in life, good, bad, or indifferent, you just have to keep him in the center. Now, this quarterback, he also played for the Alabama Crimson Tide for a brief stint. And he's entering now his 4th season. Every year he has excelled. And he took his team to the Super Bowl last year. Now, if you're guessing that this guy is Patrick Mahomes, you're wrong. It is Jalen Hurts. All right, Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. Now, what a journey this guy has become. At first, he played as a rookie. He got drafted in the 2nd round, so people didn't have really high expectations for him. So he played, and people were like, I don't know about this guy. He can run, but I don't know if he could throw. And then the next year, in his first full season, his 2nd year, he gets Philly to the playoffs. He got better, but still people were like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know how good he can be. And then in his 3rd season, he had Philly the number 1 team in the NFC, and he got them to the Super Bowl, and he played very well in the Super Bowl. He's a great runner, he's a great passer, and now he's entering his 4th season, and a lot of people think he could be MVP of the 2023 season. So look out for Jalen Hurts. So he's dynamic, and he's gonna do a lot of big things in this league. All right. So I hope you liked the 5 quarterbacks that I've mentioned. 5 quarterbacks that are set apart. But I'm not done. But the video is done for now. So this is part 1. Look out for part 2. And if you like this, please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever it may be. And this is the best opinion. And for now, I'm out. Part 2 coming soon. Peace.